The regular consumption of pornography has been linked to about 75% of all young men, but that number being estimated to be much more. This is a hidden epidemic that nobody sees because it is behind closed doors and something that nobody admits to doing. This bad habit is literally killing 99% of young men from the inside, from shattering confidence to destroying relationships and hurting the development of a healthy brain. These are just some of the negative aspects that come with watching online pornography. If you've been struggling with quitting, or are hearing about this for the first time, you might want to stick around to the end of the video as we discuss how porn might be harming you more than you think, and also how you can manage it and put it away for good. One quote that really threw me off was that about 1/3 of all internet traffic is consumed by pornography, with young males being the primary consumers. Makes you take a step back, doesn't it? I mean, considering we've got 4.9 billion internet users worldwide, that's a whole lot of X-rated content flying around. But here's the kicker. According to a study published in JAMA Psychiatry, young men who watch porn frequently are more likely to experience decreased sexual satisfaction and potential erectile dysfunction, with almost 30% of young adults struggling with these issues already. There's also the impact on mental health, with research showing a correlation between high consumption of pornography and increased rates of anxiety, depression, and even social isolation. And you know how nowadays people talk a lot about unrealistic standards in media? Well, this isn't just about fashion magazines or Instagram models, it's porn too. Prolonged exposure to porn can lead to warped perceptions of sex and body image. And this can really strain real-life relationships. The digital age sure brought us a lot of benefits. But the pervasiveness of online porn and its impacts on the younger generation is a side of the coin we cannot ignore. It's no news that addictions in general are not healthy, and porn addiction makes no exception. Consider it like a software glitch in the reward center of our brain, where continuous exposure to explicit content can gradually desensitize us, just like with any drug addiction. The kicker? It escalates. You find yourself needing more and more to achieve the same level of excitement or satisfaction, which can lead to the consumption of increasingly extreme content. But that's not the end of the story. There's a significant emotional impact as well. You know that uneasy feeling of guilt and shame post-binge? Yeah, I'm sure us guys can relate in one way or another. One other aspect we shouldn't forget about is the social effects. Too much porn has been linked to shattering our ability to form genuine, intimate relationships. Why bother with the complexities of real people when the virtual world offers an easy, no-strings-attached alternative, right? That's a dangerous mentality that could lead to isolation, depression, anxiety, loneliness, and low self-esteem. Now, what about the girls? With more guys being addicted to internet pornography, more and more women are feeling isolated and alone with less and less partners who are out and about. It's like the dating pool is shrinking because men are less inclined to pursue real-world relationships. Instead, they turn to the easy, no-effort required alternative that porn offers. We've got this tool that was supposed to bring us closer together, the internet, and it's driving us apart instead. But what can we do about it? Are we really doomed to this addiction that we have? The absolute truth of the matter is no. Only our ignorance of the negatives is what is keeping us in the loop. Once we decide to break free, it's all in our power to stop and to bring back our power as a real man in the digital age. But what can that look like? What is actually the path to healing? So many men on the internet turn to NoFap, which is an online movement which helps young men to abstain from pornography. While the practice of NoFap is great, many men make the mistake of counting days and streaks, which can be beneficial in some aspects, but over the long term, it actually hurts your progress. Let me explain. When most men set a streak, they try to get as far as they can before giving into their bad habit. But why is this the wrong way to look at it? What other way is there to beat this habit without counting how many days you can go? The answer is in the mindset and in the understanding that this habit is one that none of our ancestors from the beginning of time have ever had to deal with. This unnatural form of stimulation is new, unstudied and undocumented, with the harmful effects over the long term. Only recently have the new studies started to come out, and millions of men have started to open up about how this addiction is ruining their life. The key to actually breaking free from porn addiction is to understand that this is something that shouldn't be accessible at any time. This is a habit that needs to be completely eliminated and forgotten about. This is where 99% of men struggle. The mindset of most men is to get as far as they can until they relapse. The mindset that they should be carrying is going as far as possible because it is the only thing to do, and to even forget about counting the days. This is where true progress, recovery, and satisfaction comes from. So how do we achieve this? I want to break it down with you. The first step is to understand that this is a habit that you can no longer come back to at any point in time. This is quite difficult for 99% of guys because living without it means the frustration of having no release and dealing with the possibility of rejection from potential partners. This is a mindset that is absolutely crucial to the success in your long term. Once you have this mindset, you need to go into your phone and begin by cleaning up your feed on your social media and limiting your search results in your phone. This can be done through a number of ways in your phone settings, and it's one of the ways that we explain through our in-depth guide. You can find it in the description below. We go over all the mindset shifts that you need to have, good habits to replace your porn addiction, and the tools that you need to completely eradicate it from your phone so that it's inaccessible, and so a relapse is never even possible. After you have everything blocked on your phone, the next step is to clear your environment and your routine. Usually, most of us take our phones into our bedrooms, and this is where it goes downhill. Most guys sleep with their phone and have it charging in the room. This is the first change that needs to be made. With their phone in their room, it becomes easily accessible and clear to our minds that this is something that is acceptable when it is actually not. Taking your phone out of our bedrooms is one of the most powerful things that we can do right away to change the association in our minds to the act of choking the chicken. The number one thing that you will be left with and that you will need to face is the urge that comes up. This is where your willpower comes into play. Most young guys' willpower is extremely low. We give in to playing video games, we give in to eating bad food, we give in to watching porn, and all this comes down to our willpower being non-existent. What we need to realize is willpower is like a muscle that needs to be trained, and a muscle that needs to be acknowledged. In this journey of recovering from porn addiction, this is one of the tools that will be so crucial to helping us get over the sticking point. No pun intended. Once we have our willpower under control, the sky is the limit for us. This is where we practice our real power and where we gain real freedom.
Ready to conquer NoFap? Grab our digital NoFap guide now. End your porn addiction. Skyrocket your self-esteem and achieve your goals. Packed with proven techniques, expert advice, and relapse prevention tricks. Click the link below and break free today.